What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Travon Marshall versus Gabriel Maestre, and this was a 10-rounder in the welterweight division. And this fight was Saturday, August 12th, from the MGM at National Harbor in Uxon Hill, Maryland. And this fight was broadcasted on Showtime. And in this fight, Gabriel Maestre gets the upset knockout victory in the second round over Travon Marshall. This was a huge shock, in my opinion. I thought Marshall was going to pretty much beat Maestre and stop him. I thought he was going to win pretty clearly, pretty easily. I obviously thought Maestre wasn't just going to sit there as a sitting duck and get cobble shots, but I thought Marshall was going to win this fight and get a very good breakthrough performance. He came into this fight 8-0 with 7 KOs. Maestre came into this fight at 5-0-1 with 4 knockouts. Maestre in the past hasn't had great performances. He fought in the Olympics, I believe so. I believe that was in 2016. He had a very decorated amateur background, but in his pro career, he had a very controversial unanimous decision victory over Michael Fox, which was my pick, or would be my pick for robbery of 2021, where Michael Fox clearly won that fight. And then he had a draw against Taras Shelesniuk. Sorry if I pronounced his name incorrectly. And yeah, he just really didn't have some of his earlier fights just weren't that great. And then he did have a very good performance when he did switch to train with Ismail Salas. He had a very good performance over Devon Alexander. And now here, he knocks out Travon Marshall in 2 rounds. So just to go into my scorecard and how this fight went down, I gave the first round to Gabriel Maestre 10-9. And just to break down my scorecard and how the fight ended, the first round I gave to Maestre because he was just a bit more aggressive. The round was pretty close early on. Both of them were having good work. It was a very exciting first round. But then I thought Maestre closed out the round in the last 10 seconds by just going forward and landing some good flurries to close the round. So I gave him that round. Then in the second round, while Marshall was stepping back, Maestre leaped in with a massive overhand right that knocked Marshall into the ropes, and he followed up with a big left hook on the gloves that sent him down from the sheer force. That was the first knockdown. Then Maestre went in for the kill after he got up and was really trying to knock him out. He was just swinging away. Both of them were just exchanging. I was shocked that Marshall was, A, being let to go that long, and 2, wasn't getting dropped because they were just eating leather, both of them, specifically Marshall. Marshall was really trying to survive by fighting back, and Maestre was just trying to knock him out. And then after some moments of Maestre just going in for the kill, throwing big combinations, he's able to back up Marshall again, land some more big combinations, drop him to the canvas under the ropes, and the referee waved it off. A brutal stoppage victory for Gabriel Maestre, and his best victory of his career by far, in my opinion. Definitely better than his robbery win over Michael Fox, definitely better than his win over Devon Alexander. Defeating a young, highly touted prospect like this, very big win for him. And this goes in the question, what is next for Gabriel Maestre? He's now 6-0-1 with 5 knockouts. He's coming off of 2 very good wins, defeating Marshall and Devon Alexander. Since going with his new trainer, Ismail Salas, who's trained so many world champions in boxing, he's looked to be a different animal in this sport. And I think for Maestre, I wouldn't mind seeing him against someone else in like the top 20, top 15 in the welterweight division. At this level, I mean, he's 37 years old, has only had like 7 pro fights, so I really think he should, if he wants to have success as a pro and become a champion, I think it's really time for him to, just by getting this victory, it's time for him to move up even more and fight guys who are in the top 20, top 15 in the welterweight division, because he's really got to get a jump on it. Maybe someone like a Jamal James, maybe a Radzab Butayev. I wouldn't mind seeing Maestre against someone around that level or better. Actually, to continue on, what's next for Travon Marshall? He's now 8-1 with 7 KOs. For him, I mean, if he's going to continue on with his career, I mean, obviously he probably will. I don't think he's going to retire just after taking 1 loss. I mean, he's a very young kid. He's in his early 20s, I believe so. So, I mean, I think he's going to keep going on. I think he's just going to have to take on some lower-level guys, get some easy wins there, build himself back up, maybe get to 11-1, 12-1, before stepping back up again and taking on a decent level opponent, getting some solid wins and trying to build himself back up. So overall, Gabriel Maestre stops Travon Marshall, knocking him down once and then finishing him off with another brutal knockdown to close out the fight and to get really the best victory of his career thus far. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.